Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to This Day in History, aka TDH. I'm A.O. Xander.
Jay here.
And UVRU, we will be joined by the Golden Loon here, sooner rather than later, hopefully. Today is, of course, what is today? Wednesday, Odin's Day, May 20th, 2026. This show is, of course, about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a 35-page document, so not too outlandish today, so yeah. Anyway, on with the show, starting us off in 325, we have the First Council of Nicaea, the first ecumenical council of Christian bishops at Nicaea, Asia Minor. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, starting the first ecumenical, I can't pronounce this word, ecumenical, I guess, council of the Christian Church, according to the other source here.
Ecumencio?
I guess so. That sounds better, whatever you just said.
Okay.
491, Empress Adrian married Anastasius I. The widowed Augusta was able to choose her successor for the Byzantine throne after Zeno, the late emperor, died of dysentery. What was he doing? Playing, oh, hell. I'm screwing up the joke. The Oregon Trail, dying of dysentery.
Yeah, I like this pretty there.
Yeah. 526, oh, wow. Actually, I just realized this is, what's 15 centuries, right? 15,
yes.
Yeah, so 15 centuries ago. Holy crap. So that's a millennia and a half. Like, a millennia and a half ago, 526. Do you want to take this? This is unprecedented.
Fossil date of the Enoch earthquake by the... I'm going to see this when I zoom in a little bit there. Byzantine Empire. Present day's Styria, which kills 2,000 people.
No, more than that. 200,000.
200,000 people.
Yeah, that's a lot. So.
100 people in Europe.
Yeah. 685, Battle of Nexheshmere/Dun Nexian. Picts led by Brood MacBelly defeated the Northumbrians in Scotland, leading to their king Efgriff, who was killed. Or led by their king Efgriff, who was killed. So, yeah. What a thought. People who led other people into battle to die, fighting alongside and dying with them. We need more of that these days. 794, while visiting the Royal Mercian Court at Sutton Walls with a view to marrying Princess Aelfrith, the King Aethelbert II of East Anglia, was taken captive and beheaded. Yikes. 1212, yeah. 1212, a major earthquake hit Syria, widely felt between Sicily and Iraq. And the reason why you're not seeing a lot of these is because these are from a secondary source. We use two or more sources over here in Omni Coalition because we find things that are not on one source or said a different way on one source versus the other. So it's always good to get a second opinion, not just with doctors, but with anything. You look at news, history, anything that you look at, always get multiple sources, because there might be something said, in one that's not said in the other or something, So.
Yeah.
We have 1217, the Second Battle of Lincoln, fought near Lincoln, England, resulting in the defeat of Prince Louis of France by William Marshall, the second Earl of Pembroke. Now, according to the other source, it says William Marshall was the first Earl of Pembroke. So, we have a little discrepancy here. Some would think that that's not too important, but when it comes to history, you want to be as concise as possible. So, even something as ridiculous as was he the second or the first Earl, it's substantial. So, 1293, earthquake struck Kamakura in Japan, killing 30,000 people. Yikes.
Okay. Ooh.
We have another 1293 here if you want to take this one.
King Sancho of the castle creates Citadel, creates a study of general schools at... Let me see that little... on that word. Alcisa or Alcadia?
Yeah, I have no idea. I would say Alcala or Alcalay. Alcalay. Yeah. Yeah. We also have 1310. This was removed from primary source. Shoes were made for both right and left feet. So apparently, up until then, actually, we're not there yet. So let's see here. Right and left feet. Let's image search this really quick. I just want to show you guys out there really cool. It says here, shoes all over the world were identical until the 19th century, when the left and right-footed shoes were first made in Philadelphia. But this is But this is not the 19th century. This is 1310. So this is. It says here, as late as 1850, most shoes were made of absolutely straight lasts. There's no difference between the right and the left shoe. But once again, now this was removed from primary source, so maybe it was an erroneous thing. But how do you erroneous that? So
exactly.
Yeah. So now we have a potentially major historical discrepancy here, brought to you by left and right shoes. So
yeah.
6 centuries ago, 1426, the Battle of Alfa was fought, establishing the House of Braganza as a principal royal family of Portugal. 1497, yeah. Actually, I skipped the 6 centuries ago, 1426, I think. King Motiandado formally ascended to the throne of Ava. Did I read that? I'm not sure. No. Anyway, now I did. Anyway, now 1497, John Cabot set sail from Bristol, England on his ship. Matthew looking for a route to the west. Other documents give a May 2nd date. So, it was either then or now at some point.
Yeah.
1498, you want to take this one?
Portuguese explorer Viceroy da Gama arrived in Calwit, India, becoming the first European to reach India by sea.
Nice. Really cool. 1501, 1501, Portuguese explorer João de Nova Castillo discovered the uninhabited Ascension Island in the South Atlantic Ocean. It's pretty cool. 13 years later, English King Henry VIII granted a charter to the Corporation of Trinity House to regulate pilotage on the River Thames in London, which is still in existence. Wow. So that's over 500 years old, this corporation. That's wild.
I know.
Yeah. 1520, Hernando de Cortez defeated Panfilo de Narvaez, sent by Spain to punish him for insubordination. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. 1521, yep. 1521, Ignatius Loyola was seriously wounded by a cannonball in the Battle of Pampeluna. And that's what this is.
So that was been seriously in Fort Cannonball section.
Yeah, well, he's wearing a suit of armor here, it looks like. Not a full suit because his arms are all frilly sleeves, but it looks like he has, he had at least maybe armored legs, or I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He has a breastplate, but, I mean, you'd think getting hit by a cannonball, it would take the leg off. So, maybe he had armor on? I'm not sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, in the legs, I'm not sure. Like, here, but this is an AI-generated image. It depicts him in full armor, but, like, we have an actual painting of the event. That's the image I just used. We have other images here. It doesn't look like he's wearing armor, though, on the legs.
No, it doesn't look like he's wearing that much armor.
No, I think by this time, because the Spanish conquistadors, they only really wore the breastplate and that weird helmet thing, but other than that, they didn't really wear armor because, guns. So this guy took a cannonball to the leg without losing his leg, or maybe he lost it later, but that's crazy. Oh. 1570, cartographer Abraham Ortelius issued Theatrium Orbis Terram, the first modern atlas, and that's what this thing is right here. So let me bigger this for us to look at.
Called Map of the Continent?
The first modern atlas, yes. So this is the whole, what they believe the world was. You have Europe, Africa, Asia. They didn't understand about Terra Australis, because that's what this looks to be, but they have it merged with Antarctica, it looks like. And then they have South America, which does not look like South America at all. And then Central America leading up to North America, so they still have a lot of work to do with the Americas. But hey, in 1521, pretty good. Oh, what do you see? What do you see here? What do you see here? Tartaria! Oh, we found them! We found them!
That's a good one.
Yeah, I did not expect to see them there at all. So yeah, so anybody who understands mud flood theory and all that stuff, we got it. 1570, we got that one. 1609, William Shakespeare's sonnets were first published in London, perhaps illicitly by publisher Thomas Thorpe.
Thomas Thorpe.
Yeah. What do we got here in 1631?
Magdeburg in Germany seized the forces of the Holy Roman Empire under Karl Johann Kelly. Most inhabitants massacre, one of the bloodiest incidents of the 30 years of war.
Dang, so massacred most inhabitants. That is terrible.
Yikes, it is very terrible.
Yeah, going from a dark thing to something actually pretty cool here. In 1639, Dorchester, Massachusetts formed the first school funded by local taxes. Awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah. 1645. Sorry?
I saw more school, more good schools and learning too.
Absolutely, yeah. And since it's a public thing, have the public pay for it. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
1645, Yangzhou Massacre, the 10-day massacre of 800,000 residents of the city of Yangzhou, part of the transition from Ming to Qing dynasties. Yikes. Almost 1 million people died. That's horrifying. 1690, England passed the Act of Grace, forgiving followers of James II. 1704, Elias New formed a school for slaves in New York. Okay, so, slaves are getting education. That's good. Oh.
That's good.
Yeah, it'd be better if they weren't slaves, but hey, we're working on it. So,
Yep.
1734, we had the first jockey club formed in South Carolina. Okay, so like riding horses and all that jazz. What do we got here in 1736? This is cool.
Okay, royal approval has been given by King George II to construct the original Westminster Bridge across the River Thames in London.
There we go. It's a difficult bridge to say. The River Thames. Or River Thames or whatever. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Yeah. 1741, we have the Battle of Cartagena de Indias ended in a Spanish victory, and the British began withdrawal towards Jamaica with substantial losses. 1774, the British passed the second of the Intolerable Acts, the Massachusetts Government Act, giving British-appointed governor wide-ranging powers. Yikes. 1775, citizens of Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, declared independence. Not war, but declared independence from Great Britain. It later became a war, so. 1784, Britain and the Netherlands signed the Peace Treaty, the Peace of Paris, one of the many pieces of Paris. So, 1802, by the law of May 20th, 1802, Napoleon Bonaparte reinstated slavery in the French colonies, revoking its abolition in the French Revolution. Yikes. Napoleon, what the hell, dude? That's not cool.
What the hell, Napoleon?
Wrong Napoleon. 1830, we have the first railroad timetable published in the newspaper, Baltimore American. And I'm going to look that up here really quick. We're not yet to Blue Cheese. Yeah, we're going to talk about them in a little bit here. So, but yeah, I just wanted to look this up. First railroad timetable. Why is it not the same one that I saw earlier? That's weird. Hold on a second. Okay, well, this is a completely different search result than from earlier. That's very strange. It actually had the timetables. So, okay, well, never mind. Moving on up. 1835, Otto was named the first modern king of Greece. Cool. 1840, York Minster was badly damaged by fire. York Minster. What's York Minster? Like, it's 2 words. I guess a church? Like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, the York Minster fire. So that's it right there. Huh. That's horrible. This is a great work of architecture here on fire. It's terrible. 1845, the first legislative assembly convened in Hawaii. Alright. And pay no mind if you guys can hear the lawnmower outside. The yard maintenance specialists are here doing fantastic work. So let me know, Jay, though, if the noise is a little too loud, because I can't really tell what it sounds like, on the viewer's end. So, but what else do we got here? Where were we? 1845 as well. What else do we got here?
HMS Eberus and HMS Terror with 134 men under the John Franklin sailed on the River Thames in England and beginning a disastrous expedition to find the Northwest Passage. At hands were lost.
All hands were lost, yeah, so that means they all died. Hence why it was a disastrous expedition. Yeah, that Northwest Passage, man, they really, I don't even know if there is a Northwest Passage, unless we made one. So, 1861, cornerstone of University of Washington was laid in Seattle, so Washington State. 1861 as well, Kentucky proclaimed its neutrality in the Civil War. Okay, that sounds cool and everything. From the other source, though, we have during the American Civil War, the state of Kentucky proclaimed its neutrality, which will last until September 3rd when Confederate forces entered the state. Meanwhile, the state of North Carolina seceded from the Union, and that comes over here. We have North Carolina became the 11th and last state to secede from the Union. So, 61 as well, U.S. Marshals in search of secessionist evidence seized the previous year's telegraph dispatches. So, looking through, basically like the equivalent of them tapping our phones and looking at our emails and all that stuff today. They're looking at any correspondence they can conceive to try to find anybody who's a traitor. So, this one's really cool if you want to take it.
Okay. U.S. President Lincoln signs into law Homestead Act to provide cheap land for settlement of the American West, 80 million acres by 1900.
Yeah. Other source says opening 84 million acres, which is 340,000 kilometers. But I presume that's by 1900. So it didn't start off with 80 or 84 million acres. That's an interesting discrepancy there, because it's not just differences in the amount of land, but in the time. So, and this was during the Civil War, 1862. It would, Civil War was like 1860, 1861 to 1865. So this is like right at the beginning of the Civil War. We opened up all that land for people to settle. So, man, can you imagine like the administrative madness? Like, while fighting a war, you're doubling the size of your country? Like, that's crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. We also have in 1864, battle at Ware Bottom Church, Virginia, 1,400 killed or injured. From other sources, it says during the American Civil War, Battle of Ware Bottom Church, in the Virginia-Bermuda 100 campaign, 10,000 troops fought in this Confederate victory. Ah, man, the bad guys won. Yeah. 1867, British Parliament rejected John Stuart Mill's proposals on women's suffrage. I guess they didn't want women to vote. It's not nice.
Nope.
1867, Royal Albert Hall of Arts and Sciences Foundation laid by Queen Victoria in London. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Are you okay?
Fine.
Okay.
Oh, well.
You just come in here walking really slowly. It's like, did you take a massive shit or something? Like,
Yeah, I thought I got rid of you.
No, that'll never happen. So, I don't flush well. Yeah. Just roll over here. Get in the camera.
Oh.
You're not even in the camera. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the show.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. 1868, we have the Republican National Convention met in Chicago nominating Grant, Ulysses S. Grant, of the Civil War.
Yeah.
Man, like the amount of things, you missed a 16th century ago article in 1426.
Yeah.
You've missed quite a bit of awesome stuff here. That's unfortunate. But we still have a lot of awesome more. We're not even in the 1900s here. 1870, Second Chamber of the Dutch Parliament abolished capital punishment in the Netherlands. And I think it's still abolished to this day. 1873, here we go. Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis patented the first blue jeans with copper rivets.
Hey, there you go.
So these buttons here, they're copper.
Yep.
Yeah. So the loon is closing the window, so that way the leaf blower is not too distracting. So yeah. Thank you, Loon.
Yes.
I'll close my window too.
Yeah, 1875, International Bureau of Weights and Measures formed by the signing of the Meter Convention Treaty by 17 states, and prototypes of the meter and the kilogram were selected. So, like, you know, I think they judged, like, a meter based off of how fast something travels in a certain, or something, like a certain period of time, or something. I'm not sure, but what does this say? It was an agreement that created to preserve the metric system. One organization was the International Bureau of Weights and Measures that we just spoke about, the BIPM. The General Conference on Weights and Measures, the CGPM. International Committee for Weights and Measures, the CIPM. And that just basically just repeats everything that
They're trying
just
to
read.
standardize the world.
Yes. Well, I mean, you need to have a unified form of measure for something, you know? So, oh yeah, yeah, something to do with like how fast an atom passes in a period of time defines the meter or something. Like that's how they came up with it. Actually, like let me see if I can find it. How did they standardize the meter? So let's see here. Well, this is the whole history, so that's going to be a whole thing. But yeah, if anybody wants to look that up and let us know in the comment section what they find, that'd be great. We got to move on up here, though. 1882, Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Italy signed the Triple Alliance. And that will later become, well, that's, I think, because they weren't called the Axis. That was World War II. Before that, they were called...
the Triple Alliance, apparently.
They were the Triple Alliance?
That's what it says there.
Well, no, this is 1875.
I know.
Or 1882, well before World War I.
I know, but they're
had,
calling it the Triple Alliance right there is the whole point.
Yeah, well, but hold on a second. Bad Guys World War I. They had a different name. Okay, what was... It was just Bad Guys, yada, yada, yada. It's not telling me. Central Powers, there we go.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was... Yeah, they had a different name. You know, the Triple Alliance became the Central Powers.
Power, okay.
Yeah, or something like that. We also have 1882, Gotthard Rail Tunnel between Switzerland and Italy opened. All right. 1883, Krakatoa began to erupt. The volcano explodes 3 months later, killing more than 36,000 people.
Whoa.
So, yeah. And Krakatoa, it's like it's so massive. Krakatoa then and now. I just want to show you just like the sheer magnitude like of this thing. So basically, you see this dotted line?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where there used to be land. It literally blew apart half the island. Is gone.
Wow.
Like, it was that big. It says island before 1883. So everything here, this was all island. It was mountains. You know, it wasn't just like a shallow, you know, plain. It was
Right.
it was part of the whole island. Gone. Like,
Whoa.
absolutely crazy. Yeah. So, what else do we got here? 1891, first public display of Thomas Edison's prototype kinetoscope to members of the National Federations of Women's Club. So if anybody wants to know what the kinetoscope is, it's these things. Like, you know, you look in the thing, the predecessor to... Yeah, basically the very first movie theater, you know, quote unquote.
Motion picture.
Yeah, motion picture. Like, well, you move it yourself. Yeah, with the crane. And then later, like they put it on a whole projector, put it on a screen, and then multiple people can say the same thing at the same time. So the history of cinema is a real complex and fascinating one. 1892, George Sampson patented the clothes dryer. You know, that's something that we're all thankful that we need, and a lot of people, they're just like, get a clothesline and let it out in the, you know, let the breeze blow it. Yeah, and let birds land on it and shit on it, you know, like, let squirrels climb on it. God knows what contaminants are in the air, like, and you wanna, you know, put that on your bed sheets and sleep with that? No, thank you. I'll take a dryer, you know.
Well,
so.
Geez, when I was a kid, we didn't even have a dryer. There's no such thing.
Exactly.
There's washer. Well, there's probably such a thing, but
Yeah.
we didn't have one.
Now look at this
And a
thing.
clothesline.
Now it says the first clothes dryer was patented by George T. Sampson, a black U.S. inventor, in 1892, and used heat from the stove to function.
Oh, okay.
Now look at that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So So got the heat from the stove.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That is clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised, like, they don't mention, that he was a black guy who invented that. That's, that's awesome. So,
That's good.
yeah, that he invented it, like, it's so. Anyway, 1895, first commercial movie performance, 153 Broadway, New York City. So, okay. 1896, you want to take this one, Sir Jay?
Okay, so the sixth son, Chandler, of the Palais Grandeur Opera House in Paris falls on the crowd, resulting in the death of one person and injuries to many others.
Yeah, I gotta show you guys. Now, I don't know if any of these are the actual chandelier, but like, look at the size of that thing.
Oh, that's
Can you imagine that falling on you? Like,
you're gonna be dead.
yeah, well, it did kill somebody.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 1899, first speeding infraction by a New York cabbie driving an electric car 12 miles per hour down Lexington Street. Wow, screaming.
Get a speeding ticket at that rate.
Yeah. 1900, second modern Olympics. The games of the second Olympiad opened in Paris and continued for 5 months. 2 years later, the United States withdrew its troops from Cuba as the first Cuban president, Thomas Estrada Palma, took power. All right. At the time, it was our property, right?
So I wonder, apparently so.
Yeah.
I wonder if that established, what do you call it?
Batista?
No, the base we have.
Guantanamo?
Yeah, I wonder if that established that base there. I'll be right back.
I'm not sure. I think we did talk about the establishment of Guantanamo Bay already in the show. So, 1903, Britain's House of Commons began a debate on the charges of poor administration and ill treatment of natives in Belgium's colony in the Congo Free State. Yeah, they were horribly mistreated. 1916, Cadell, Kansas was hit by a tornado. Also, it was hit on the same date in 1917 and 1918. So, May 20th this year, the next year, and the year after that, it was not good for Cadell, Kansas. That's terrible. Saturday Evening Post cover featured Norman Rockwell painting. I'm going to image search this really quick because I have a note in there that tells me to, because I wasn't sure which one it was. So, like, there's a bunch of different arts here. I'm not sure if any of these are the ones that we just spoke about. So, if they are, let us know in the comments. Speaking of comments, do we have any comments? Nothing on YouTube. What about Red Bull? Nope. So, what do you say? What do you say?
Here's what it is.
Ah, yeah. 1917, Turkish government authorized Jews to return to Tel Aviv and Jaffa. Good.
Oh.
Yeah. 1918, the U.S. Navy launched the USS New Mexico, its first battleship with an electric turbine propulsion system. New technology there. 1920, Mexican President Venustiano Carranza was under attack by U.S. petroleum companies, faced an armed rebellion by right-wing Santoro triumvirate after nationalizing subsoil rights. Yeah, the capitalists are coming, for your oil. So.
Oh, jeez.
We also have policemen raid at the Cubs' bleachers and arrest 24 fans for gambling. Ew. So, gotta enforce, no gambling rules somehow. 1922, Babe Ruth and Bob Musso, previously suspended by Commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis, returned to the New York Yankees lineup and went on the hit list. 1 century ago, 1926, Belgian government of Jaspar took power. Okay. We also have the Congress, I guess the U.S. Congress, passed Air Commerce Act, licensing of pilots and planes, and the Railway Labor Act became a law in the United States of America. We also have Thomas Edison stated that stadiums prefer silent movies over talkies, which you couldn't be more wrong, Edison, you idiot. 1927, at 7:40 a.m., Charles Lindbergh took off from New York across the Atlantic for Paris aboard the Spirit of St. Louis in the first solo nonstop transatlantic flight. It took 33 and a half hours in total. So let's not forget, though, that Charles Lindbergh was an outspoken Nazi supporter. So, yeah, he tried to get us to not only sympathize with Hitler, but to join the war on their side. So, yeah. 1927, the Treaty of Jeddah was signed between the United Kingdom and Ibn Saud, recognizing the independence of the Kingdom of Hejaz and Najd, the forerunner of Saudi Arabia. So we're beginning to see the very start of Saudi Arabia right here.
Oh, Saturn, yeah.
Yep.
That's from Saturn, yeah.
Now this one's pretty cool. What do we got here in 1930?
First airplane was catapulted from a drawbridge village by Charles Nicholson.
Yeah, a dirigible, not a drawbridge.
Piloted.
Yeah, piloted. Yeah, dirigible, not a drawbridge. That would have been interesting to see a plane launched off of a bridge, but no, it's a flying ship, which is even more astounding. You know, when you think about it, like wouldn't that be like the first aircraft? Well, the first aircraft carrier was before this, but this is like an aircraft carrier. So.
Yes.
1930 as well, University of California dedicated $1,500 to research on prevention and cure of athlete's foot. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. You know, you can get the spray if you're wet or the powder if you're dry, you know. So, 32.
I'm gonna let you go. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you for joining, man. Have a good one.
Peace.
Yep.
Have one, peace.
32. Amelia Earhart left Newfoundland on her journey to become the first woman to fly solo and non-stop across the Atlantic, landing in Ireland the next day. Cool. 39. We have the first regular transatlantic airmail, Pan Am, New York to Marseille in France. So awesome. 40. German General Guderian's tanks reached the English Channel, the British Expeditionary Army. So the English Channel. So like they've crossed, you know, through the Ardennes and probably northern France or something. So 1940 as well. We have the first successful helicopter flight in the U.S. Well, that's the washing. That's the dryer right there. So
is that the one that? No, that's not. Is that the one he hooked up to the oven? No,
I'm not sure. So I just used that as the thumbnail because it looked like
oh,
something
I love that.
like it.
Look
Yeah.
at that picture.
Yeah.
Like helicopter.
Yeah, 1940, the first successful helicopter flight in the U.S., Vought Sikorsky VS-300, designed by Igor Sikorsky, demonstrated to the public at Bridgeport Airport in Stratford, Connecticut.
You know, it's pretty basically the same.
More or less, yeah.
I mean, the basics.
Yeah. Well, like when I first looked this up, like, you know, they had an image of it without the skin, and then they had an image of it with the skin. And, you know, here it is without the skin. So, and then he put skin on, you know, probably to fly it longer. But, yeah, like, you know, like, how much more can you advance the hammer? You know, like, there's an end to everything in a technological tree.
It does not look like the same helicopter, though, with the skin and without.
It is.
I guess it is.
Like,
It doesn't look like it.
You know, see the legs sticking way out? Legs sticking way out?
Yeah, okay.
He's over here, like, and then the tail over here.
Yeah.
Actually, this tail is different. It looks like it has a thing coming out this way. This tail is straight back. So that is different.
Yeah, a little bit different. Yeah, that doesn't have the up in the back. It goes off to the side.
Yeah.
So they tweaked it a little bit.
It has two. It goes off to the side. It actually had three propellers going this way. You can see in the back, these are for the stabilization before they turned it horizontal. So
yeah,
here they had both. They had horizontal and vertical stabilizer in the back. Look at that. So, and then this one just has a pontoon. So, yeah. Anyway, 1940, during the Holocaust, the first prisoners arrived at a new concentration camp at Auschwitz. Terrible. 41, former Dutch Prime Minister Hendrik Koolhaas said Dutch Indies are not ready for independence. Well, it's war.
Who's he to say?
Yeah, well, it's war right now, so, yeah. 41 as well, Germany began airborne invasion of Crete, the island of Crete. 41, White Sox Taft Wright set American League record of RBIs in 13 consecutive games. 42, U.S. Navy first permitted black recruits to serve. Good.
Yeah.
If they want to fight for us, let them. 43, French, British, and U.S. victory parade in Tunis, Tunisia. That's up in North Africa. 43 as well, the Lutra woman, a bog body from the early Neolithic period, radiocarbon dated to 3928 to 3651 BC, was discovered near Lutra, Sweden. So, you know, one of these bog bodies. Sweden, yes. 44, U.S. Communist Party dissolved. Excellent.
Yeah.
Loons time, 1946. The Cubs' Claude Passeau made his first error since September 21, 1941, ending pitcher's fielding record of 273 consecutive errorless chances.
Wow.
Wow, that's a terrible thing to
4
screw
years, 3 years, whatever, 5 years.
up. 41, so 5 years. Yeah.
Yes.
48, Cleveland Indians tie American League record of 18 walks, defeating Red Sox 13-4. We also have General Lysimal Chiang Kai-shek won the 1948 Republic of China presidential election and was sworn in as the first president of the Republic of China at Nanjing. In the United States, the Armed Forces Security Agency, the predecessor to the National Security Agency, was established, the NSA. There. So, 54, Chiang Kai-shek became president of Nationalist China. Yeah. We also have Decca Records released Bill Haley and his Comets hit single "Rock Around the Clock." So we have it right here.
2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock.
5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock, rock.
10, 11 o'clock,
Oh, excuse me.
Rock around the clock tonight, and to avoid copyright, I'm going to stop it there. Rock around the clock. So if you guys want to watch that, I'll put this in the underbar of the description below. After the live stream, of course. We already do have a couple cool links down there for you guys. So great song, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was also. Actually, no, it wasn't. Was that ever used as, like, as a song for a show or something? I know Happy Days had its own song. Sunday, Monday, Happy Days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Happy Days.
Not that I know of, but it may have. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. 1955, Argentine Parliament accepted the separation of church and state. We got that one. 56, atomic fusion, the thermonuclear bomb dropped from the plane at Bikini Atoll. So this is during Operation Red Wing. Hydrogen bomb, according to other source. So yeah, Bikini Atoll, one of the places we nuked the hell out of, and I think that's where, because you brought that up, all the natives got moved.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. I think it was at or around Bikini Atoll.
Yeah.
So, 59.
Talked about that.
Yep. 59. Ford won the battle with Chrysler to call its new car Falcon. Okay. We also
I
have
had a Falcon.
Japanese stadiums regained their citizenship. Excellent. Took a while, but better late than never. So, 59. Yankees sunk to last place, their first time since May of 25th, 1940.
Wow.
So 19 years.
Hard times.
Yeah. 1960, a baseball game in Milwaukee was postponed due to dense fog. Must have been really socked in.
Yeah.
It's crazy. 1961, Mauritania adopted the Constitution. That's pretty cool. We also have a white mob attack the Freedom Riders in Montgomery, Alabama. That is not cool. No. 63, Sukarno appointed president of Indonesia. Okay. 1964, discovery of the cosmic microwave background radiation by Robert Woodrow Wilson and Arno Penzias. That is the universe. Like all of space, all that has been and all that will be, is in this photograph right here. Discovery of radiation from the time of the Big Bang began in the mid-1960s when two Bell Laboratory physicists, Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, were measuring the brightness of the sky at radio wavelengths. With further developments, they recognized the mysterious X-ray signal they had detected was radiation from the Big Bang, known as cosmic microwave background radiation, or CMB. In 1990, satellite measurements confirmed that background radiation has a temperature of about 2.73 K, or 1,100 times cooler than it actually was at the time of the Big Bang due to the extreme red shift. So they're basically, this is looking back in time towards several moments after the creation of the universe. It's seeing how can I put this? How when you look in a mirror, you're seeing a reflection. Yeah. But to the tens of billions of seconds, you're actually seeing yourself in the past. It's basically like that, but with billions of years. Because we're seeing the reflection of what the universe looked like, the radiation left behind that's still lingering around. And by redshift, it's talking about visible light frequencies. When it's redshifted or whatever, that means it's so old it's lost, it's gotten bleached, essentially, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
I'm not pronouncing and explaining it that well, but it's phenomenal, 67, the BBC banned the Beatles song A Day in the Life due to the line "I'd love to turn you on" being construed as a drug reference. I would construe it as something completely else.
Yeah.
So what the hell? 68, Terence O'Neill, then the Northern Ireland Prime Minister, was showered with eggs, flour, and stones after a meeting of the Woodville Unionist Association, a loyalist vigilante group. We got to bring back tar and feathering. 69, U.S. troop captured Hill 937/Hamburger Hill in Vietnam. Troop? Here we go again. One troop? We sent one guy to capture an entire hill. Must have been a heck of a troop there. So, it says here, yeah, the Battle of Hamburger Hill in Vietnam ended, according to other source. 1970, 100,000 people marched in New York supporting U.S. policies in Vietnam. Huh. It's not too often you hear about supporting, something like that. Especially those numbers. 71, the Pentagon reported blacks constitute 11% of U.S. soldiers in Southeast Asia. Wow. Well, at least it's matching the population. Like that's what the DEI is trying to achieve. Like proper
Balance?
or representation. Like if the black community are 11 point whatever % of the entire population, then they should be 11 point whatever % of any job if it's possible. That's what they want. Truly, but they want a complete balance, which is not possible because there's not a complete balance with the amount of people we have. We got to work with what we got. So, 1971 as well. In the Chuknagar massacre, Pakistani forces massacred thousands, mostly Bengali Hindus. Jeez.
Yikes.
1972, Republic of Cameroon declared as its constitution was ratified. All right, happy birthday, Cameroon. 77, long-distance train service, the Orient Express, departed Paris on its last trip to Istanbul. It began in 1883, so almost 100 years there.
This was the farewell trip.
Now, it did come back in 2010 or something,
okay.
but I think it has since been gone. I think it only came back for one run. It was a whole special thing.
Yeah.
Or I'm not sure. Maybe it's back. I'm not sure. I don't know. But it did come back for a short time, and yeah. So, 1978, U.S. launched Pioneer Venus 1. Produces the first global radar map of Venus. I have to look that up here really quick. What is this? That's the background. We'll get to that here in a little bit too. So images. Here we go. Okay, so this is it here. The topography, I guess.
Well, they're mapping it, so I guess so.
Yeah, it looks like just the topography. That's cool. It shows you the continents and where there would be water. It's like looking at a map of another video game. Like a random map generator from Civilization or something.
What makes you think there would be water? What do you mean?
Well, no, there's not water there, but I'm saying, where there would be. There's no water there.
Right.
I'm saying what would be under sea level or whatever.
Okay.
If you look here, the red is, I presume, higher altitude.
I would think so,
So then you have blue, and then you have deep blue, so... No, I never once suggested that there's water on Venus.
No.
I'm just going by water level.
I'm just wondering why you're saying where water would be. Was there maybe water there at one time?
No, I'm just going by topography, how deep it is versus how where would the water level be? I don't know. So I don't know. 79, Elton John was the first Western pop star to tour the USSR. Not surprised with him. Call me. 1980, 710 families in Love Canal area of Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. Slowly I turned. New York were evacuated due to linger effects of a prior use as chemical waste disposal site. Linger effects? I don't like the sound of that.
It's a mess.
Horrifying. Drummer Peter Criss quit rock band Kiss.
Oh.
Okay. We also have a fire in a nursing home in Kingston, Jamaica, killed 157 people. That's horrifying. In a nursing home.
Yeah.
1980 as well, in the referendum, 59.5% of Quebec voters rejected separatism. So the population rejected by 60% of the vote a governmental proposal to move towards independence from Canada. Well, I'm sure that they're trying to do that again now. So that was 1980 right here. 1983, Every Breath You Take, single released by the Police, later got the Billboard Song of the Year in 83 as well. So is that the one about watching people? It's every breath you take. Da, 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 da,
I'm not that familiar with their music.
I'm gonna look this up here really quick. So let's hear it. Every breath you take. Is this the song I'm thinking of? It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good song too.
Yeah, I know it. I didn't know the name of it.
Yeah. 83, the first publications of the discovery of the HIV virus that causes AIDS in the journal Science by a team of French scientists including Francois Barré-Senoussi, Jean-Claude Sherman, and Luc Montagnier. Nice. 1985, Indians Brewers game at Cleveland Stadium was the first rainout of 1985. The Indians' record string of it ended the record string of 458 ML games since opening day without a rainout. Wait, was that supposed to be NL games? NL? What's ML? Minor league?
No, NL would be National League.
No, this says M as in monster. M.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, it says ML.
Major
so it's
League
just,
games. I guess that'd be all Major League games.
okay, so it's not minor league though.
Right, no.
Okay, Major League. Major League, question mark. 85, U.S. began broadcast to Cuba on Radio Marti. So, the Radio Marti, part of the Voice of America service, began broadcasting to Cuba. We spoke about the Voice of America thing a couple weeks ago. 86, Flintstones' 25th anniversary celebration aired on CBS TV. Flintstones. Ayo's time.
Hey, there we go.
1987, bank robber Robert A. Litchfield was arrested at Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Well, it wasn't good that it was a bank robber, but at least they got him. 88.
Fighting crime in your time.
Yeah. 88, Howard Stern fans disrupted rival radio station WMMR's morning DJ John DeBella's Louie Louie parade in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's not cool.
No.
That's not cool. So, 89, China declared martial law in Beijing. That's just China being China, or as we like to call them, West Taiwan. But from the other source, it says the Chinese authorities declared martial law in the face of pro-democracy demonstrations, setting the scene for this Tiananmen Square massacre. A little strange how our primary source does not even talk about that.
Yeah.
So, actually, I'm not sure if they even do talk about Tiananmen Square. I'm gonna look this up just really quickly. Open this up in another tab. Let's look up Tiananmen Square. Okay, they do talk about it a little bit. Okay, so they do mention the Tank Man.
Yeah.
Okay. So, alright. I retract my statements. 1990, Hubble Space Telescope set its first photographs from space. Right here. So on the left, we have ground-based image right here. And then on the right, we have the Hubble Space Telescope of the same exact stars in the same position. So you can see a lot more clarity.
Yeah.
And that's enormous in astronomy. So... 1990 as well, the first post-communist presidential and parliamentary elections were held in Romania. Excellent. 91, Chicago Bulls Michael Jordan named NBA's MVP. He was their forward, apparently. So.
Yeah.
91, Soviet Parliament approved a law allowing citizens to travel abroad. Which, by the way, according to Creative, which, I haven't looked it up, so take this with a grain of salt. But apparently, you have to ask your government's permission to travel outside the country, in Germany.
In Germany?
Right now, yeah.
Sounds horrible.
Well, all of Europe is a mess. So, 92, U.S. rapper Tongue Twista rapped 597 syllables in under 60 seconds. What?
Wow.
I have to look this up here really quick.
That's some quick talking.
Let's see, Tongue Twista. Raps 597. Let's see if I can find it. It's not giving me anything. Mr. Tongue Twister. Okay, well that's that. It's not giving me the exact. You know what? Let's just look up this article on Ecosia and see if I can find anything. Twista. Here we go. So, crown of fastest rapper. So what is this? Okay, that's just telling me a bit about him. Okay. Well, that's going to require some digging. We got to keep on going, though. 92. At height of Black May political crisis in Thailand, TV interview broadcasts of King Bhumibol Adulyadej demanding generals Suchinda and Shenlong work together. You better work together. How dare you. 92 as well. India launched its first satellite independently. Excellent. So, 93, a 10-meter meteor came within 150,000 kilometers of Earth. 1993 Ka, I guess, is a name. So, I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but like, it sounded important. So,
Well, I assume that's fairly close to Earth.
150,000 kilometers. I have no idea how long.
don't
A
either.
kilometer. What the? You know, this is my reaction to a kilometer. What is a kilometer? And here we go. This is my reaction to what it is. See, you know, we only talk in freedom units over here. 1993, 274th and final Cheers episode aired on NBC. 94, Bobcat Goldthwait was charged with misdemeanors for fire on the Tonight Show. Was that the guy who set the couch on fire that we spoke about a while ago? Like,
Yeah, it's got to be.
I can't.
It's got to be.
I can't imagine anybody else setting fire to a stage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the same guy, right? Yeah. And freaking Jay Leno's just like sitting there in absolute disbelief. Like, what are you doing, you lunatic? 94, Sony Theaters and Cineplex in New York City hike movie price tickets to $8. So that's ridiculous. 94, Next 3, The Rice People, directed by Rithi Pan and starring Pen Ping, premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. I don't know why I read that. That was not marked correctly. Oh well. 96, UN and Iraq agreed to Resolution 96, which provided Iraq with the opportunity to sell $1 billion of oil for 90 days for a 180-day trial period. Proceedings from the sale would be used for humanitarian purposes. Okay. We also have civil rights. The Supreme Court of the United States ruled in Romer versus Evans against a law that would have prevented any city, town, or country in the state of or county in the state of Colorado from taking any legislative, executive, or judicial action to protect the rights of homosexuals and lesbians, which are just a different type of homosexual. So, prevented against a law that would have prevented a city. The freaking lawyer speak. Like, how's...
I can't figure out which way that's going.
Yeah. So, rules against the law they ruled against the law, and the law would have prevented any city, yada yada yada, from taking any from doing any action. So basically, making them a protected people, completely outright. If I'm reading that right.
Well, could be. You could be reading it that way. Yeah.
Well, no, like they ruled against.
It's like
they ruled against
yes.
that.
Yes.
So the law
protecting.
the law would have made them unaccountable for their actions, essentially. So that 97, U.S. President Clinton.
Well, not if you commit murder or something.
Well, no, because the law would have prevented any city, town, or county in the state of Colorado from taking any legislative, executive, or judicial action to protect the rights of gays and lesbians.
Well, they're talking about you can't make laws when you're talking executive, judicial, and legislative. That's all the government.
But judicial action is also enforcing the law, like getting arrested and getting sentenced. Judicial action.
Yeah, judicial action means taking action in the courtroom.
Yes.
So they can't.
So basically, this is prohibiting the states from doing any action against the gays and lesbians in the courtroom, effectively making them 100% what is it that the special agents get, like political infallibility or whatever, like no, like if you're a high level politician, you go to another country, you get that special thing, you get like political immunity.
Okay.
Or whatever it is.
Okay.
Like, am I right? Like, this sounds like giving an entire group of people complete immunity.
What it sounds like to me is you're treating them like all heterosexual or any human being in itself. You can't treat them differently. You can't make special laws against them. You can try them for murder, just like you can anybody.
I don't know. Like, let me read this again.
Okay.
Like, the law would have prevented any city, town, or county in the state of Colorado from taking any legislative, executive, or judicial action to protect the rights of gays and lesbians. So they voted against that. That sounds like giving them carte blanche. The law itself. I don't know. I'm no lawyer. let's keep on going here. 97, U.S. President Clinton signed an executive order barring new U.S. investment in Burma, also known as Myanmar, effective May 21st and renewable annually. Excellent. Doing a quick search for comments. None. Okay. 97 as well. White Sox Frank Thomas reached base safely for 15th straight time. Oh, like reached base. So
Yeah.
Okay. In the year 2002, the independence of East Timor was recognized by Portugal, formally ending 23 years of Indonesian rule and 3 years of provisional UN administration. Portugal itself was the former colonizer of East Timor until 1976. Yeah. 2009, Mexico was the first Latin American country to officially enter recession. Huh. That's rather late.
Yeah.
You know, you
We
would
were
have.
going strong
Yeah.
already.
2009, Quentin Tarantino film *Inglourious Basterds* premiered at the Cannes Film Festival with an ensemble cast, including Brad Pitt, Michael Fassbender, and Diane Kruger. I've only heard of one of them. So.
Yeah.
2011, Mamata Banjari was sworn in as the Chief Minister of West Bengal, the first woman to hold the post.
Good
Nice. 2013, 133 people were killed and 283 were injured in a continued wave of insurgency in Iraq. So it just sounds like random acts of terror and everything. 2 people were killed and 20 were injured after a hot air balloon crashed in Cappadocia, Turkey.
Ooh.
Yikes. We also have the Church of Scotland voted to allow openly homosexual men and women to be ministers.
Oh, there you
So,
go.
like, also homosexual women or just hetero women? Like, 'cause it says openly gay, you know, openly homosexual.
Openly homosexual men and women.
Yeah.
So that's men and women.
Well, no, this could mean openly gay men as well as just women.
It's not the way it's written, though. It's written by
it depends.
openly homosexual men and women. You could put it women and men. You could switch it around.
Not necessarily.
It's all part of one sentence.
Well, no, because this is the church, so that, you know, like, to allow women to go in there, that's a more new thing for
Well,
them.
you
to,
don't know. You don't know how long the church has had it. And if they've only had it for a year, they're still including homosexual men and women.
I don't know. That's going to require some digging, you know, to see what they actually mean by this. Because we're both right, depending on perspective. So, 2013, Yahoo! Yahoo! I had to do it that way. Remember those old commercials?
I don't.
Oh, wow. They purchased Tumblr for $1.1 billion.
Never heard of Tumblr. You ever heard of Tumblr?
It's some app or something. No, like this sound. You don't remember that? The old 90s commercials and everything? Wow. 2015, 5 major world banks, JP Morgan, Barclays, Citigroup, RBS, and UBS, were fined $5.7 billion US for manipulating currency markets, some of the largest ever fines.
Ooh.
Apparently not large enough. So they need to be hit harder. So you look what they're doing with GameStop. How's your stock, by the way, with GameStop?
It's not coming back. They're still squashing it.
Yeah.
I don't know why the regulators aren't coming in and saying what's going on here.
Who do you think they're on the payroll of?
Yeah.
You know, come on. 2015, David Letterman hosted the Late Show with David Letterman for the last time, ending 33 years in late night television. A heck of a career there.
Yeah.
2015, journal Nature published findings of the oldest human-made tools from Kenya's Turkana Basin, 3.3 million years old, first found to predate the Homo genus. So, like the Homo, like a Homo erectus, Homo sapien, our species, our genome. That's the Homo genus. Is our genome, our species. So this predates our species.
Right.
That's crazy to think that there's, like, you know, some species that no longer exist that probably evolved into us or something.
Well, there's some that died out.
Yeah.
We're separate. But
Yeah.
they didn't make it. We did for whatever crazy reason.
Yeah. We also have NASCAR 2016 Hall of Fame inductees, Bobby Isaac, Terry LeBont, and Jerry Cook. All right. 2016, the government of Singapore authorized the controversial execution of convicted murderer Koh Jabing for the murder of a Chinese construction worker, despite the international pleas for clemency, notably from Amnesty International and the United Nations. Well, I mean, you know, Asian places are going to do Asian
So
places.
they execute them? They don't really
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
They do say that?
They authorized the controversial, so you know what? Let's
It's a long ways from execution, though.
well, let's
In this country.
No, this is Singapore.
Oh, excuse me.
No, this is Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah,
then that's a different deal.
died cause of death, execution by hanging, so they did kill him. Okay. 2017, U.S. President Donald Trump began his first foreign trip, arriving in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Boy, did they welcome him.
Yeah. 2018, President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela won a second term in an election marked by boycotts and accusations of vote rigging.
Whoops.
Well, you know, he didn't last long. Well, he lasted longer than he should have, but yeah, we eventually got him.
He really just ignored the results and said, no, I'm still here.
Yeah. 2018, 2 cyclists were attacked by a cougar. 1 died in North Bend, Washington State. Yikes.
Ooh.
Be careful out there. You know, strap yourself. Like, 2019, Bangladesh imposed a 65-day ban on coastal fishing to conserve fish stocks. And then China probably just came in and, you know, fished them dry. Google stopped support for Hawaii's Android system in an escalation of the tech war between the U.S. and China. Did you hear what Google Maps is doing?
No.
Let's see here. Editing Pacific Palisades. Like, apparently, in the I don't know exactly where, but Google is showcasing all the areas that were burnt, like in the Palisades and all that stuff, you know, at that time, as not even burnt. They're using older images in promotions for like the Olympics and all this stuff. So like they're erasing history.
Well,
like
they only go around every so often and redo maps. But you think they'd go in and redo that one right away because it's gone.
Well, no. They already have it correct.
Oh.
But they've gone back and they've put it back so that way it doesn't show. They're erasing it. Like Google Maps satellite view suddenly reverted to showing intact Pacific Palisades and Atlanta neighborhoods months after the catastrophic January 2025 fires, and locals noticed. So like you know. Yeah, but they're not even showcasing what the Palisades actually look like, so that way people don't notice. Like it's active, like hiding in plain sight, hoping people stop talking about it, and after a generation or two, it goes
they
away.
don't want to become a big tourist attraction either for the Olympics.
Well,
Everybody's heard about the fires.
well then maybe
I'm guessing. I don't know why they did it, but it sucked.
no, like they shouldn't be doing it.
They shouldn't.
No.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, why doctor it?
Yeah. Well, because they're trying to, rewrite history right before our eyes. 2019, the International System of Units, the SI, the base units were redefined, making the international prototype of the kilogram obsolete. So we're still messing around with, measurements and all that stuff. 2020, Cyclone Amphan came ashore in West Bengal, East India, and Bangladesh with winds of 185 kilometers per hour, that's 115 miles per hour, killing at least 84 people. 2020.
The interesting thing is they call it a cyclone over there.
Yeah. Well, cyclone, typhoon, tropical storm, it's all the same thing, just in different locations.
Yeah, it depends
It's
on where
weird.
you are.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Yeah.
So, that makes as much sense as calling rain, freaking sky pea in freaking China. Like, over here we call it sky pea. Why? Just because, Okay. 2020, the World Health Organization reported most new cases in a single day, 106,000 worldwide of common flu. More bullshit. 2021, Israel and Hamas agreed to a bilateral ceasefire in Gaza after nearly 2 weeks of fighting amid international diplomatic efforts. Okay. One of Sri Lanka's worst ecological disasters, as cargo ship MS Express Pearl, carrying toxic chemicals, caught fire off the country's coast and began spilling debris. 2022, Russia-Ukrainian war. Russia claimed full control of the Ukrainian city of Mariupol after a nearly 3-month siege. 365 days after that, English ITV, This Morning TV, presenter Philip Schofield resigned after 20 years in the role. It later emerged he was having an affair with a younger colleague and lied about it. What a surprise. Everybody in that business is shady. Actress Scarlett Johansson said OpenAI tried to hire her voice, and when she refused, create a synthetic voice known as Sky for an update to ChatGPT very similar to hers. So these AI, they're automatically now
Yeah.
taking people's voices without their consent, and
Well, very similar.
well, no, like they initially asked, like
No, I heard. Yeah.
so that's terrible.
The out there having it is it's very similar. If it's not exactly hers, then you're off the hook, I
Well,
guess.
Not when
I don't like it, don't get me wrong.
not when it comes like right on the tail of asking him, and then saying no, and then suddenly you have a voice that's similar. Gee, I wonder what you're doing. Come on. 2024, common cockroach originated in South Asia, according to a new study, then domesticated in Germany before spreading around the world. It's always
I thought they'd tell us how old it was.
well.
Cockroach has been around a long time.
Yeah.
Way longer than humanity.
Oh yeah. We have a record set for world's most expensive feather, a IOYO feather from the extinct New Zealand bird, sold for 46,521 New Zealand dollars, which is the equivalent of 28,400 US dollars at an auction in Auckland. So
It's extinct, so you're not going to get any more of those.
no. So but it was this. I don't know how you got a feather. I mean, that's not fossilized.
No, that's a
So,
feather.
but like,
Was it a white tip?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, if it's not fossilized, then, like, is it from a bird that was recently extincted?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Beautiful feather.
Yeah, it's a tail feather. It looks like
Yeah.
one of those. So, what else we got here? 2024 UK public inquiry report into the infected blood scandal that killed around 3,000 people between 1970 and 91, published blaming the government and the health service.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah, no, a lot of horrible stuff has been swept under the radar through history. 2025, Heart Lamp by Manu Mushtag and translator Deepa Basasti won the 2025 International Booker Prize Award. What? Like, it's an art piece? Why do they need a translator? Oh, it's a person. Oh, it's a book. Okay. Heart Lamp. Also, Alpine village of Blatten, Switzerland, evacuated nearly 300 people, 90 shipped 26 cows, including an injured cow that needed to be ferried out by helicopter, and 20 domestic rabbits, due to concerns of a glacier moving at an alarming pace. Yikes.
You threw me out. I said 90 ships.
No, sheep.
I heard it wrong, I guess.
Yeah. And last but not least, this time last year, chess grandmaster Magnus Carlsen played to a draw against an online team of 143,000 players from around the world. That's too many cooks, man. Like, are they all playing the same? Or
Well,
is he
that's
playing
what I'm
it
wondering. Is he playing 143,000 of them? Or?
simultaneously? Or are they all, like, taking votes? Move this there?
How can you get 143 people to agree on anything, let alone chess?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but unlimited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis. We can only bring you a portion between two sources, so we've gone through this entire document in just slightly over an hour here. But yeah. For your dose of passive insanity, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, we had Jay in the show for the first,
Nice.
most of the stuff and everything.
Sorry, I missed him.
Yeah, well,
I missed most of them anyway.
Well, he was here in the beginning, and then you came, and then he left, and you guys just kind of passed the torch
Well,
and
I
everything.
hadn't had a shower yet, so maybe that did it.
Oh, yikes. That's what that smell is. Anyway, until next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 dubs,